Hey. So with patch 12.0.7, there's been a pretty important way of gearing that's been added. And it's making it so I've been able to get to this item level, 278, basically 280, playing only single player. I didn't group up with anyone until I still haven't on this character. And I did all of this within 1 week, less than a week. So I'm going to be showing you everything that I did. We're going to start with Delves, even though it's not new content. But in case some people are not yet familiar with it, it's a pretty good way to gear new characters. So first of all, there's the Bountiful, right? You need to know about that. Bountiful is the Delve that has like the open door like this. That's not the Bountiful there. This is Bountiful. And within the Delves, I will be doing not just the main objective, but I do all the nemesis too. I don't quite look for the banners. I think they don't even spawn every time. I think they're bugged still. But I look for all the nemesis too. It doesn't take extra time. So the video has been recording for 5 minutes now. So let's say it's like 3 something minutes that I've been doing this for. So it's gonna be like 4 to complete the entire delve. So it's really fast once you have some gear. And what you need to know about how you gear here. First of all, I'll mention if you press Shift J and you go over here and then you scroll down to this, you'll see this experience little thing. And if you go through them, I think the most important one was number 9. This is when you start getting hero gear. I don't remember which one, and do remember that you can send over under coins from your main or other characters. That's a warbound currency, and you can buy champion gear with warbound with under coins at that same vendor. I don't have a key right now, but you can get up to 6 keys per week. The easiest way to get keys, I think, is to do the praise. I do 3 per week for the weekly to also get the beacon item, which also is important for here, by the way. When you kill Nulaius from using the beacon, you get the map that makes it so whenever you loot the Bountiful here, it will have guaranteed 1 hero piece. So you want to do that before doing Delves too. And then the vendor that I was mentioning, with the undercoins you can buy champion gear, and you can buy with this other currency the hero gear instead. And how you get this is just through playing normally. There's a cap of 250 per week, and you get it eventually from... yeah, it's this one. It's level 9. So I would say definitely start with doing Delves. Actually, start by looking at your bank and seeing if you have warbound gear there or in your bags, because you may have accumulated a lot by just playing normally. But then Delve second for sure. And then the other method of gearing very easily is going to be the ritual sites. So you're going to have it right here for this week, and next week it's going to be where we just were, I think right there, where my cursor is. So what are the ritual sites for? It's basically going to be for the field accolades that you can then use at the vendor to buy hero gear, also champion gear. Now, I do want to mention that this is harder content. I started with under 220 item level, under that with this character. But it's a Guardian Druid, it's broken right now. Also, you know, not to boast, but I am good at the game. So what I'm trying to say is that you may be unable to start this at under 220 item level. And by the way, I struggled. It was not easy. I struggled. I died, but I got it done. But you don't need to struggle yourself, honestly, because this does not need to be soloed. You can do this with a full party. And, well, if you're playing a DPS spec or surely a healer, you definitely want to do it as a group because it's going to be bad. I would say don't even try it. Unless you're a tanky DPS spec, maybe you want to farm it with your main, say like you're a red paladin, you'll do it just fine. It'll be good. But if you're playing something that doesn't have any tankiness, doesn't have any self-healing, or it's not very geared, just go straight to grouping. Don't waste your time. But if you're a tank, yeah, you can start super early, like I did. But again, you don't have to. It's just all about choices. And what you have to do here, besides the obvious just pulling what you need to pull, like this guy, you can indeed bring more mobs in to get more rewards. I generally don't pull much. Here I'm not gonna pull anything because if the nameplate is a blue bar, that's a caster, so it's not really gonna come in. So that's annoying. But especially rares that you find, like for example that bird flying around, this guy over there, that's a rare. You know, you can pull them to whatever you are already pulling normally, and it's going to be more rewards at the end. And also a couple of other cool things that have nothing to do with the gearing itself. You see me clicking this thing right here, this kelp that you can find in certain places throughout the ritual site. So what that is for a chance at getting a mount. I think also a pet, but whatever, who cares, right? But yeah, I didn't get it there, because of course I didn't, right? One day I'll get it, surely. But yeah, you can get a mount from clicking those. And if you give me just a second, I have this plugin for handy notes, putting all of this stuff on the mini-map, on the map itself. And you can see the spots where the kelp spawns. There can be up to 2 spawning each run that you do. And then another cool thing that has not to do with gear, but with gold making, is that you can make a little bit of extra gold doing these ritual sites. And that's going to be at the vendor that we're going to be... Ooh, baby. We're going to be going to, so I'm going to be showing you after. But it's some transmog selling, and it's going to, you know, it's going to add up. It's not going to make you a tremendous amount, I don't think, but, you know, every little bit, right? So basically, just simplifying how you want to be efficient when it comes to doing this. You go for the objectives, you pull extra rares and mobs if you can to the pull that you already have to do. If you're right next to a chest, a purple glowing chest that they're pretty much everywhere, you click it, but don't go out of your way to go collect chests or farming anything really. Just if it's next to you, yep, click it. But otherwise, you just want to go for the final boss, which is this one, and then collect the chest at the end. That's the most efficient for sure. Alright, so this time we got 738 spoils. And if we check, we got 164 field accolades. So it's 750 that costs each box. So if we say it's 150 per run, you're going to need to do 5 runs per guaranteed piece of hero gear. So I think that's really good. I didn't pay too much attention to how long it takes. The less gear you have, the longer it takes. But I think it's really, really good because it's just guaranteed, right? Alright, so let's go to the new stuff that they added to the vendors here. And it's going to be... This one is the more important one. So, if you see up here, the 750 cost stuff, this is hero gear, and you can choose which slot you get. So you can choose a weapon, you can choose a helmet, you can choose everything except for trinkets. These are from Delves, that I got them from Delves. You can also only get 1 ring, so that's why I don't have 2 hero rings right now. Don't go for this. Don't be greedy and just try to get lucky, just because it's a bit cheaper. Just to go for the guaranteed 750 cost. And also, if you have a main with a bunch of field accolades, or maybe you want to farm on your main first, give some gear to your ult. These are champion gear and they're warbound, so you can send from your main to, you know, whatever you're going to gear. So that's how you're going to be mostly gearing up. Now, an extra that I was talking about the transmog selling, it's right here. These blue pouches. So they have a whole bunch of stuff that they will always drop, when you open them. It's always going to have one piece of transmog, and this can be sold on the auction house. I've already opened the 3. They're right here, like this one. This one right now is only 10k, 10k as well. Some are more expensive, but they're going to be probably lowering in price. But, it's some extra for not a lot of effort. If you don't care about gold, what you can do instead is to just buy field accolades. It's 10 per 100 dark particles. By the way, dark particles you get from looting the mobs in the field, in the ritual sites, but also when you're doing whatever you call this void assaults, or the big one, whenever that shows up, that also drops from there. Also, I'm pretty sure from the new zones. And let's talk about the new zones. That's not too much to talk about. It kind of sucks. So it's definitely not worth it to go after these, let's call them world quests. It's not worth it at all. The rares drop, I think it's 5 field accolades each, so also not worth it. And even the world boss, so the world boss drops 1 guaranteed warbound hero piece, but it's not guaranteed to be your armor class. So I'm a druid, I can get plate from that. And after killing it 4 times, so I think it's after 4 weeks, you can choose a myth piece from the weekly quests that you get here, I think, at the base camp. But it's a choice between cloak, wrist, and belt, if I remember correctly. And you want to craft on cloak and wrist, so those are out of the question. And then, also to mention important, the new raid, the one boss raid now, it drops belt 2 at 298 item level. So that weekly quest doesn't matter. You're gonna want this anyway, so. But yeah, this is how I leveled to this much item level. This was full single player, besides just crafting the 2 pieces of gear. And now you can just start your mythic raiding. You can go to Rotmire. I really advise you to use your bonus rolls here for just anything, really. The item level is too high. You should definitely use it here. I think the trinket is also BIS for probably everyone. And that's it. That's how I did everything. I wanted to let you guys know. Maybe some people are going to be interested in this. So let me know what you think. Leave a like on the video. It really helps for pushing the video for more people. And subscribe if you want to see more videos of mine. And I'll see you next time.